Hello, Speedgaming 2. Welcome to the later stages of the Speedgaming Live 2023 online Link to the Past randomizer spoiler log tournament. We are down to our top 8 here and have RadicalSniper99, aka Jesse, and Humbugh facing off in an elimination match with the winner to play Relkin. I'm Drossi here with Gilgamesh. How are you?
I'm good. I haven't calmed one of the spoiler logs in a little while. I think last time I was doing them was during the play-in races. So it's interesting to see some of the later tournament matches here. I mean, obviously, you know, Jesse, RadicalSniper99, aka Jesse, as I call him, and Humbugh are both pretty well-known names in the community. Both of them very strong runners. We'll see what happens here. This is going to be... me and Drowsy have both taken a look at the spoiler log. This is going to be an interesting seed.
I can say that it is a challenge to route this in 15 minutes.
Yes.
We'll
discussing it amongst ourselves, and even between the two of us, it was still hard to come up with something reasonable.
Yeah, so we'll see how much the runners were able to piece together a route. As we can see, we've gotten divergence right out of the gate.
Yeah, looks like Jesse wanted to head in here immediately to grab this lamp and gets the bombs from Uncle 2. It's a nice, that's another thing, underrated skill in spoiler log is paying attention to where your resources actually are, because sometimes bombs and arrows and rupees and stuff can be pretty hard to route in if you're not being careful.
And meanwhile, Humbugh's pulled Bombos and a glove out of Blind's hut. We will need that Bombos for Misery Mire. As you can see, the crystals and pendants and medallion requirements are already marked because the runners will not be doing map checks. So Jesse putting off Cack, which we've seen has a glove and the Moon Pearl. And both of our runners are heading east, but it looks like Humbugh's going to the lake.
Yeah, gonna buy some bombs here.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah, so probably getting something out of Saha's hut.
Yes, what are we getting out of Saha's hut?
More bombs! You know what they say. I bet you'd like to have more bombs.
Oh, it's okay. So I do know they want to go to Mini Moldorm Cave for their next item. So that was just Jesse's way of getting resources to be able to tackle Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah,
we're going to be a little light on weapons early on here, I will say.
This seed isn't great about giving us weapons, that's for sure.
I do think Humbugh's route here was a little cleaner for sure. Getting that money from Kakariko and just buying the bombs. So Humbugh now has Dark World access. Let's see what he ends up doing with that. I know we discussed a few options pre-race here. We'll see if Humbugh does either of those.
Haven't had any good heart containers on the route yet either.
Yeah, and you've seen both players already make slight errors in their routing, having to do save and quits when they weren't expecting it. This is a weird one. This is not, you know, you have to make some odd decisions for this seed to get what you need to complete it.
Yeah, so Jesse heading to the back of Escape now. There is obviously an item there, or he wouldn't be doing it. Yeah, both of our runners did pick up powder. I haven't checked whether there's anything on Magic Bat, but either way, it's a nice safety to have if it's right on your way like that.
There is something on Magic Bat. It's a heart container.
I mean, there's always something on Magic Bat. Don't think you want to waste time with that small cutscene for a heart container, though.
It looks like Humbug is doing what I was thinking our runners might do here. We're going to head into Skull Woods. We're going to pick up a key item in this middle chest, and then I think we're going to pay a visit to our little froggy friend.
Meanwhile, at least Jesse can, freeze enemies.
Having to use the pots here to kill the berries because we have no weapon.
Oh! I mean, at least he doesn't lose ground other than resetting the room, but resetting the room's annoying.
Oh, the magic drop there is pretty nice, though.
Yeah, you might want that. I just realized this is SimCity music on Jesse's side. I don't know what the MSU is.
Jesse's using the 8-bit Big Band MSU.
Ah, that would do it. Even if SimCity was a 16-bit game.
Shh.
I know, 8-bit sounds cooler.
Alright, Humbug is gonna take a quick drop here to get what might be his only heart container this entire scene.
Yay, 4 hearts. It looks like Jesse is doing the same thing here.
So yeah, all this is being done in preparation for what we can only assume is going to be a rush to Palace of Darkness for something. What is that something? Well, you'll just have to stay tuned to find out. It's probably not what you think.
Or some things.
Perhaps.
Well, there's a bottle of blue goo again, a nice safety to have if you don't have to go too far out of your way.
Pretty free pickup.
Especially as Jesse takes 1 hit from a Gibdo and he's down to 1 heart.
Gets to have a little bit of an easier time with that room having the ice rod, at least.
And there's a flute and thieves.
Oh no, dude!
Oh, that's even more painful than Humbug getting wall mastered.
This game's hard when you don't have a weapon. And you're on 3 hearts and green mail in the Dark World.
Speaking of no weapon, we can't actually be blind.
Right, yes. No, we are just gonna hop in there to grab that flute and we'll be back later. This is, Oh,
and we actually wanted the bottle for Sick Kid to give us
picking up a little safety here because I think we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Did Humbug activate the flute, or did I? Was I too busy? I was watching Jesse's screen. I'm not sure if I saw Humbug activate the flute or not.
I don't think he did. I mean, he has to go back with the smith anyway, so maybe he'll do it after the smith.
Alright, turning in the smith here for a very thematic item.
They hammer out a hammer.
They can't upgrade your sword now, though, because they gave away their hammer. Okay, here's going to be our flute activation, and then I think it's going to be pod. I mean, that makes sense. Maybe quick stop at Hype Cave first.
Humbug does not look happy about how this seed is going.
I don't think either player is particularly happy about how this is going so far.
I don't think so either. I was just noting, Humbug's expressions.
Yeah. And, that's one thing to note about this mode, too, is that because both players have the spoiler log and know where everything is, your opportunity for making mistakes in this kind of seed is very, very slim. Like, even small little things like forgetting where you were going and having to save and quit, that can make the difference.
Yeah, Jesse hasn't grabbed that flute yet, has he?
No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe does it after the smith?
Oh, I didn't even check what's in Hype Cave.
So there is some reading material in here.
Fun.
Oh, that's a good point from Railkin in chat, is that Jesse could be potentially planning on just doing Thieves Town now in one go with that hammer.
And Burna, for that matter.
Yeah.
Burna Blind's not too bad for getting most of the hits in.
Alright, so Humbug picking up that book, an extra heart container.
Though Jesse hasn't picked up any heart containers. He's still on 3 hearts.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a view of Humbug's better at execution than I am, so I need to save time any way possible.
There is one potential heart container Jesse could pick up in Thieves Town here. There is one in the big chest.
Well, he does have the hammer if he wants to go for it.
Alright, yes. Humbug rushing pod here. The big chest one is terrible. I agree. Oh, no, Jesse is not going to complete this. Okay.
Yeah. Which does make me wonder a little bit about his routing.
Yeah, it might have just been, you know, mid-game change of plans, realized, oh, I maybe should have done this on the way to grab the smith instead of now, but we'll see. I expect we'll see Jesse follow in Humbug's footsteps here for the most part. Alright, well, we're going a pod without a bow. What could we possibly find in here?
Well, first off, we need to get a key just to go anywhere in pod. Again, I'm surprised Jesse didn't hit up Hype Cave, since we will need that book. And,
that's...
the safeties in there are nice, too.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and... Yeah, I mean, maybe Jesse's just playing it like, you know... You don't have time to stop for safeties and stuff. So yeah, Humbug picking up that big key there. Boy, man, imagine if we just had the bow and we could have just done pod and gone straight to the boss. Oh, a sword. Well,
and that is our logical first sword. Which Humbug is technically doing out of logic because he never did go to grab that lamp that Jesse grabbed.
Well, he will have an opportunity to grab it later if he wants it. It's like Humbug got a little... are we back on track? Feels like we're a little lost here. No, okay, we're good. Oh, look, a second sword. Well, that's interesting.
I don't know which one of those is logically first and which is logically second, but...
Technically, the game would assume you get the Dark Maze one first.
I suppose. Either way, those are our logical first swords. Which we'll see when we see where the others are. Bug's going up the mountain. He, of course, needs to go over the top because we don't have a hook shot yet.
Humbug also foregoing another potential safety there, so Old Man does have an armor upgrade.
And the other armor upgrade is on Ped, so we're definitely not getting that one.
We are going to get free half magic here, though, so that's nice.
What will fall from the sky?
Oh, some footwear. Nifty.
Yes. The ability to go fast, a gift from the heavens.
Alright, so we're gonna hop in the Harriet here. I think we're just gonna beat this. There is another item that we are going to want in here. Actually... Oh, never mind. Okay. We can't get it to TR yet, because that is ether required.
Yeah, and... this is, a Harapok-proof seed.
Yes. Luckily, the big key was kind enough to not be in the basement, so...
Yeah.
So yeah, Jesse needs to make this pit stop here at Hype Cave to get that book.
Hopefully he'll grab some safeties. I am kind of worried about him on 3 hearts green mail.
Yeah, well, he gets a free heart container in here in Hype Cave. The bottle, I don't think had anything noteworthy in it, but it is a
Red
bottle
goo.
at least. Oh, was it red? Okay, that's not too bad.
No, he's just grabbing everything to be safe. There is Moldorm down for Humbug at 15.5 minutes, which, honestly, in a spoiler race, is kind of late for the first boss.
A little bit, yeah, but, you know, we had to do some interesting things.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this takes an hour or close to it.
Okay, I was wondering where Jesse was going here. I was like, I don't know why we weren't just immediately fluting to the mountain after getting that book. Okay, Jesse is going to go for this mail upgrade safety here, and Humbug is going to do... I mean, this makes sense at this point, so we're going to head to the castle. Humbug's going to pick up his lamp from Uncle. And then we're going to pay a visit to a certain wizard. Why not get hookshot here? Because we don't have ether. Get the hookshot.
Yeah, but ether is on the way.
Is it?
Oh,
Oh, yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, now he checks where ether is, yes.
It was the wrong floating island I had in my brain. Alright, so yeah, for the people who are not in the know, so hookshot is in the first chest of Turtle Rock. Ether is on the floating island, so yeah, that's... Yeah, you could have picked it up there. Does... Trying to think. Is there any advantage to holding off and doing TR in one shot? I kind of don't think so. Yeah, I think I agree.
Not having to cross over the mountain twice, because we only had to stay on the west mountain this first climb.
Swamp Palace is indeed a pendant. However, we are going to need to go into Swamp Palace this seed, and we are going to need the hookshot for it.
Also, meanwhile, if you want to, you know, blow your channel points, you can guess how many blue balls Aghanim will fire on these runners, because that is one of the few things that isn't in the spoiler log.
So Jesse's Climb and Hera here are going to pick up that Samaria in the big chest. See if there's any divergence here, if Jesse does decide to go for that hook shot now or holds off on it.
Is Jesse far enough back? Yes, okay. Yeah, so I believe this seed has mandatory at least 3 mountain climbs.
Yeah, there's a couple weird. Yeah, mandatory multiple mountain climbs, the mandatory pod double dip.
Mandatory late Aga play, because you can't do Aga without the sword, and
Right.
we saw where the swords were.
Alright, looks like Jesse is just gonna bail out here.
I mean, I can understand it, as I say, saves you from having to cross the mountain an extra time.
Yeah, I get it to an extent, but I just I don't know. We'll see after the whole seed plays out, because I'm trying to think in my head if it saves more time, considering we are going to need to go into swamp.
And we are already 3 blue balls deep. Hope some of you bet high. That's 5 blue balls. Ooh,
6.
boy. Well, it can't be more than 7 at least, so only 1 more at worst. Okay, 6. Not too many people were so cynical to bet on 6+.
Alright, so Humbugh's gonna grab his ice rod here from the back of Escape. Another save and quit. And then I would guess head, excuse me, to the lumberjack tree, because why else would we have beaten Egg otherwise?
Yeah, imagine without a spoiler log how long it would take you to figure out this seed. You'd basically be last locating everything.
Those boots would have been a nightmare without a spoiler log.
I mean, you'd see them there plenty early.
Alright, there's our fire rod on Lumberjack Ledge. So, where do we take this now? Is there any benefit to just clearing Skull Woods now? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would do what Humbugh's doing, just
This is
clear
just
TR.
TR now? Okay.
Trying to think, is there anything Jesse's done that Humbugh hasn't done? I mean, he got the blue mail.
Yeah, other than that, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Humbugh's routing has just been a bit more efficient.
Yeah, so far, yeah, Humbugh's made a couple choices that have saved him a little bit of time over what Jesse has done.
Because, you know, overall, Humbugh's execution is a bit stronger, and hello, Ether, as we advertised. But, you know, I don't think Jesse's bleeding time on execution alone, and yeah, he took that death in Skull Woods, but Humbugh got grabbed in Skull Woods.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think if you get... So, going back to discussing the hookshot and TR, if you get the hookshot while you're up here the first time, I do think you save yourself an entire mountain climb later, because then you only need to come up at the end. when you're clearing TR and GT.
Yeah, but there is a nice optional item deeper in TR that I think I can understand why they wanna.
I don't think that's worth an extra mountain climb, but maybe.
So since we usually talk about key under the doormat, is that like key on top of the doormat?
Yeah, it's like in the little planter that you have outside of the door. So, yeah, luckily Humbugh has that cane. I mean, this is a dangerous dungeon for Humbugh right now on 5 hearts green mail Master Sword, but that Burna should help a little bit. But you gotta watch, you know, one stray Pokeball is rip.
Yeah, little surprised that he didn't take the blue mail. I realize
mean,
it's, you know, half a minute or so.
That is a, you know, it is a time investment.
Maybe 45 seconds. But as we've seen, there just really aren't heart containers in good places.
No, I mean, they got the ones that they're going to get.
Yeah, you mentioned the one in Thieves Town Big Chest, but Homemade Beer in chat reminded us that you first need to get the small key to open the big chest, and that's down at Vanilla Big Key Chest. So that seems like an awful lot of extra routes for a heart container. Just like we're probably not going to do Magic Pat for a heart container.
I think if you want another... Yeah, I mean, the mushroom one... So there is one on the mushroom. Yeah, that one would have been... If you had the foresight and picked up that mushroom while you were in Lost Woods the first time, yeah, that probably would have been a relatively quick one to get.
Oh, is there vanilla mushroom?
Yes.
Oof!
This is...
That'll give some
didn't get the
time
key
back.
dash, and got chomped.
Yeah, Humbugh still has a lead, but just cut about a minute off his lead.
Doesn't have a key. Yeah, that's why I didn't key dash. Ugh.
Ugh, just avoids that second chomp that time.
Listen, I meant it. That's what I meant. You can't prove otherwise. Shoutouts to our tracker Relkin, by the way. Thank you for tracking and for calling me out. It's fine.
Yeah, Relkin gets to do a whole bunch of things today. He's tracking while scouting his next opponent. Yeah, so since this is a double elimination tournament, that next match will be a top 6 match. And then the 2 people who escape from the top 6 will go to the lower bracket semis. The winner of that will face Gamachu in the lower bracket finals. And the winner of that will face Andy in the grand finals.
Alright, we are racing through Turtle Rock now. As you mentioned, there is going to be one little bonus item we find in here. But, you know, we're approaching go mode. We still need a bow, we still need flippers. And yes, we do need flippers.
Hey, was this a 3% seed?
Maybe?
Yes, this is a 3% seed. Small keys in the big key chest and the big chest.
Well, there you go. Good thing they had a spoiler log.
Yes.
That free half magic was a pretty big deal in this seed, I think. Being able to just use that cane to get out of tight spots is very useful.
Like Humbugh's now doing, to get his tempered sword, which is why I was thinking doing TR now rather than grabbing the hook shot earlier and leaving could be a good play, because now you have tempered for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it does... I mean, most of the bosses are kind of whatever that we have to... Other than Vitreous. It does make Vitreous a lot.
By the way, Gil, we just passed the half-hour mark and we're still on 1 crystal, even if we're...
Yeah, well, we're about to have 2. It's fine. They're gonna start coming fast and furious here soon.
Oh, sorry, I misread that, the key layout. That, yeah, the big key chest was vanilla, so at that point, regardless of anything, you have to do the big chest because you can't steal a key anyway. It's just hard in the spoiler log to notice the difference between big key and key.
There's a lot that's hard to read by the spoiler log. It's weird.
Yeah, the difference between big chest and big key chest has thrown many a runner.
Alright, crystal number 2 for Humbugh. We have TR beaten, we have a tempered sword. I think we're gonna probably go to Meyer now.
Jesse's probably like a minute and a half behind.
2 minutes, maybe?
TR is so long.
And that's it. That kind of time is tough to catch up in spoiler, barring an unfortunate death on the other side. Alright, so we are going to head into Meyer here, grab crystal number 3. Oh, good. Yeah, Jesse's still on 4 hearts, but does have the blue mail, so... Actually, I guess, technically puts him in a slightly better spot than Humbugh, health-wise.
At least, it's not Oko from a Fire Bat in the Ganon fight.
Yeah.
Right? For either of them. I didn't check. Is this a Godmire?
No, it's not.
Oh. The way you're laughing, it sounds like Vanilla Big Key.
Well, I suppose we'll see. I mean, if it is Vanilla Big Key, does it still count as a Godmire for its first chest you open?
That's true. We didn't actually open any chests. We got key drops to get this far.
Crystal number 2 for Jesse. And at this point, I mean, I struggle to think of a way there's going to be too much route deviation. I'm pretty sure both players are generally going to follow the same path at this point.
Yeah, and I think that was just about a minute and a half difference in terms of crystal drop.
We have somebody in chat saying 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
2 minutes, 15 seconds? Did I do the subtraction wrong?
I was not looking at the times, so maybe they're both right.
I have a math degree. That means I can't actually do arithmetic.
We'll split the difference and say about 2 minutes. Nice spooky for Humbug getting through the basement. So this fight is... No, never mind. We have Burn. This fight's not scary.
And we're now on Humbug's music as
We're
he
gonna do
is in the lead.
the lag strats.
Hey, they're less laggy with Fast ROM.
Well,
Except that, right, we're not using Fast ROM. I can never remember. Right, we allowed Specky Clip, but we're sticking with Slow ROM for the rest.
I think in general, most tournaments that are currently running are sticking with slow ROM to do the remainder of the tournament. And hell, oh look, flippers! Neat.
Took us that long to get our Swamp Care package and third crystal.
Alright, who wants to go to Pendant Swamp?
Well, you know what they say, there's always a sword in Swamp. Not that we really need butter.
I mean, they do say that. Just kidding, we're gonna do desert first. This makes sense.
Yeah, in the area. At least desert will be nice and quick.
Yeah, I mean, desert tends to not be terribly long, regardless, but...
Well, I mean, when you grab the big key out of map chest and don't need anything on the right side...
Yeah, but it could have been on a torch. It could have been even faster. Yeah, I'm looking through the list of hearts again here real quick, and I'm pretty sure this is it. Unless somebody really wants that heart container in the Thieves' Town big chest, but I think this is how many hearts both players are going to be with for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, so I guess Big Key on the torch would have been marginally faster than Big Key in map chest. Either way, this is one of the fastest go mode desert palaces you can have.
Oh, Jesse going with the corner struts here.
And super fast Landmo fight for Humbug.
I think in Humbug's case, on Green Mail, the difference between 5 and 6 hearts is like mostly negligible, right? Because like you survive anything that does 4, but I mean, what does a 6 heart give you? You're still gonna die to 2 hits from anything that takes 4. I mean, it's not completely negligible, but
Yeah, and hey, here's that swamp play that you've been so excited about for the last half hour.
I love Pendant Swamp. Hey, we get to see Specky Clip.
That's true. Not as a logic break, but just as a way to skip 22 seconds. Or that's what I've been told it is, 22 seconds.
Alright, I have a question for people in chat here. This is for my own curiosity, and Drosy, feel free to chime in if you know the answer too. Is it better? So, we live in a world where Specky Clip exists now. Is it better to grab the key from the first room and skip the key in the back? or is it better to skip the key in the first room and grab the key in the back?
I agree with FaZe in chat. I believe it is better to skip the key in the room above where you spec clip. Because then you can just easily hook shot to the key in the next room.
Okay, how many beer confirmed screen transitions take 30 minutes, so I will refer to that. Can't afford to waste 30 minutes to spoiler log.
Of course, in this case, we don't actually need to beat Argus anyway.
Yeah, in this case, it doesn't matter too much. So, yeah, we're gonna stop right here, in fact. And there's our bow.
Yeah,
that's the one we needed.
Yeah, but that's how you basically have to read that spoiler log. You have to figure out where your logical first bow is, and then back out where you need to go to get all the items to get that bow.
Yep. So Humbug is now in go mode. Just needs to finish off Pod Skullwoods. Just needs to finish off Pod Skullwoods and Dave's Town. Oh, but there is something on left side swamp.
Yes, the sword that is always in swamp. But I don't think we really need Butter Sword.
No, I think we're comfortable with Tempered.
Just like we're not getting the male upgrade off Ped.
Probably not. The real question is, this is actually legitimate. Actually, no, it's probably not a question. You probably just do grab it. I was gonna say, I wonder if you grab the bug net here, but I'm pretty sure you do.
That is not something I look for in a spoiler log.
I guess it depends on where the GT big key is. Yes, okay, yeah, no, I think you 100% grab the bug net. Bug net being on the GT torch.
Oh. I feel like I've seen it there relatively recently. I love how the spoiler log can't just call it the torch, they have to call it Bob's torch.
I know, I have issues with the spoiler log. Also, we appear to have summoned Yamachu by talking about the bug net.
But yeah, in spoiler, it's fair, you know, you might powder an anti-fairy on the climb and save it for the end fight in case you take a hit.
I think that's a good safety to have, yeah, for sure.
Nice job taking care of those terrapins. It was kind of swaggy how he just ran through the last two after.
Yeah, it was a nice dash.
The first four.
Right, Jesse, all set here. Oh, interesting, guys. So Jesse's going to clear out the Thieves Town, Skull Woods.
Also, just, you know, really smooth with that key dash, Burna dash. Key Burna dash. What do you want to call it?
Bernanke dash.
Bernanke dash? He was chairman of the Fed, right?
Yeah. Alright, Jesse's gonna do Thieves Town. This might be to pick up that heart, actually, potentially. No. No. Surely it can't. Humbug following behind here to do this double dungeon clear, and then we just need to do GT, and that'll be that. So while we're working through some stuff here, if you folks like what you're seeing and you want to watch more of it, make sure to follow the runners. Pretty sure I mentioned before, they're both very good, and they both stream rando a decent bit. And I'm sure they would appreciate it. There's also a command here for the comms, I think, too. But, you know,
There you go.
You don't have to worry about them. They're not as important. You
might want to follow the tracker. I've heard he's pretty good at rando.
So, yeah, I mean, Jesse has a pretty... I'm not going to call it insurmountable gap, but it's fairly close to insurmountable at this point, barring some kind of disastrous thing on Humbug's side.
Yeah, they're probably more than a Ganon fall apart at this point.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that just came from, you know, some of the small routing differences early on, where Humbug ended up building, I don't know, a minute and a half lead just through doing those light world checks.
Yeah, I would agree. His light world routing and really, you know, first 15 minutes routing, I'd say, just felt more efficient.
Nice blind fight for Jesse. There haven't even been, like, heart pieces along the way, right? Like, we haven't even gotten the heart container from picking up 4 heart pieces.
Yeah, I know Jesse picked one up in Hype Cave, but I didn't really notice where else, if anywhere else anyone's picked up any heart pieces. So now Humbug just has Skullwoods to finish off, which is where Jesse's most of the way through now.
Yeah, so Jesse's, what, a pod run behind, roughly?
Yeah, and a pod run is not fast because you have to redo the hedge maze and do the cutscene when you shoot the statue and everything. And because of the key layout, I believe you also have to go up the Volok side here.
I don't remember if we left ourselves any keys on the first time
Humbug went
through.
up the Volok side. I'm pretty sure that was because he needed the key.
Moth doing moth things.
Yeah.
Refusing to come down.
Not behaving today at all.
Ooh. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Alright, just getting the mirror flute over the pod and clear that out as Humbug Also gets... Oh, okay, that was...
Yeah, Moth stayed just far enough off the top for Humbug.
Yeah, that was a lot cleaner. Thanks, Moth. Thanks, RNG.
Yeah, that is an annoying RNG fight. Because even within the same seed, you never know what you're going to get.
Alright, that is 7 crystals for Humbug. Just need to run up the mountain, go into GT, and find the big key. I'm assuming we don't do GT big key guessing game here, considering well,
I mean, if
the location is known.
To guess, but they could have looked at the spoiler log.
You also don't know how many chests they're going to open. Maybe they open a chest you didn't expect. And will they get that bug net or not, you know?
Maybe they need a couple of keys on the way.
I'll tell you, they're going to get at least one other chest in GT, besides the big key.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, Gilgamesh, whenever I see your name abbreviated, I think someone's saying something about Graveyard Ledge.
Oh, yes, I know. It's a running joke. It's been a running joke for a very long time now.
Every seed you play has something on Graveyard Ledge, right?
Yes. Yes, I go by many names. Whether it's Rick mispronouncing it, or Graveyard Ledge, or... Alright, GT, here we go.
We are going left.
Will we get the bug net? Wow! Damn it, in
Total
shambles
disrespect.
right now.
I bet you he doesn't go for the safety room on the climb either.
Probably not.
I mean, we still do have a blue goo and a red goo. I don't
We do.
think we used either of them.
Alright, well, we're going to open 2 chests here in Rando Room. I don't know which one we're going to open first, so it could be 1 or 2 here.
I mean, technically, seeing the bug net counted as 1.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Jesse having a little bit of trouble with Helma Phase 2, but here's his second crystal incoming. But yeah, he's behind by a mountain climb.
Yeah,
most
I mean,
GT bases.
I think Jesse knows he's. If people are unaware, you are allowed to look at your opponent's stream while you are playing. So I don't know that Jesse does that or not, but I think regardless, Jesse has to know that he's probably a little behind.
That, by the way, was 3 checks in Rando Room. Not only was the big key in my favorite chest, but Silvers were there, and Humbug remembered he needed a key for the climb.
But yeah, very convenient. It took us a long time to get that first bow, but very convenient in Silvers at least. Yeah, honestly, at this point, this climb's not too bad, right? We have half magic, we got Silvers, we got Tempered Sword. You just got to make sure you don't get hit too many times. And even then, Humbug has the 2 potions as backup safeties.
Yeah, but he kind of took it patient through Ganonball Z Room.
That's, yeah, I mean, Humbug might know that he has a lead of like 2 minutes and can be a little careful now.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably more than 2 minutes at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the Moth RNG certainly helped him, and...
The Helma fight was a little quicker on Humbugh's side.
Right, I think this is the point where he's just very slowly gaining more time on execution.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, Humbugh just needs to prevent a disaster, and if that makes, if that means going through your rooms slightly slower to be more careful, it's worth it.
Well, he needs to remember to grab arrows. Oh, there we go. I wasn't sure if he'd do it there or in pre-Moldorm room, but now he has enough for Ganon.
Alright, will Jesse pick up the bug net? Yeah, there we go. Yeah!
Jesse, you've made my Kokam a happy man.
I mean, Jesse could very well be watching us right now, in fact.
Yes, that is the other thing about spoiler. I mean, you don't often see the runners say anything in chat because they're too locked in, but they are allowed to watch the stream. Or each other's streams. I like how Jesse had that kind of momentary look towards the Fire Snake chest because force of habit, and then realized he didn't need it.
Alright, there's a big key for Jesse to get those 3 chests. Humbugh takes down Moldorm. Wow, didn't want to get the GT map.
Yeah, kind of a lame final possession for Moldorm to be guarding.
Jesse making good use of that Burna in the spike room there. Yeah, with 4 hearts, you don't want to do the normal strat of just walking over the spikes.
Ooh, very nice triple in the first cycle there. Just got the 3rd one in time. I think that only counted as a single.
Yeah, I think it was too close together for that one. But good 3 cycle.
Yeah. Only 1 blue ball, that's a lot fewer than on the Aga 1 fight.
Alright, we just gotta do a Ganon fight. I mean, as long as Humbugh doesn't get hit, he's fine.
Yeah, tempered silvers, even with only 5 hearts at this level of play, I think the runner should be fine with that.
Yeah, this is, everyone who has played this game at the level that these 2 players have has done this fight thousands, if not tens of thousands of times.
Guessing this is a shot on land mode, too. This is again.
It's hard to hit those silvers. If you miss the initial setup, it can be hard to get back.
Gives up and uses Fire Rod. Meanwhile, Humbugh is on phase 4 of Ganon and has 1 silver hit in.
1, 2, 3.
Nice triple. Get your GGs in.
Nicely done. Still coming in at just under an hour here.
What I was figuring, an hour, very close to it, so get your GGs in for Humbugh.
GGs will advance to play Relkin in the next round, correct? Is that right?
Yep. His Pagog teammate.
I don't think Relkin will be able to track that race.
You never know. Felt it. But yeah, that was an official time of 58:17.
We are... Oh, and we were briefly joined by Humbug, and then he left, and then he's back again.
Hey, GG.
Thanks. I didn't leave the room. Someone kicked me out. Was it you, Drosy?
No.
What? Must have been Ralkin then. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
He's pranking you.
Is probably pranking me, yeah.
Wants to get a leg up in your race.
Right.
But yeah, I guess...
Why do the spoiler seeds I get in this tourney all have to be so bad?
Man, the opening of this seed, like the first 20-25 minutes was pretty rough.
So ass. Like the last I did with Vortex, we had a glove on Ped. And this one we had this.
I was going to ask, like, how do you approach routing in a seed like this when you only have 15 minutes and you're slowly piecing together, like, where your bow is and what you all need to get that bow and how awful that all is?
First of all, I approach it with panic. That's my usual approach to these kind of problems.
I think it's the right way to do it.
Yeah, I think so. But I've got to say, like, the bow wasn't the worst part of this.
No.
It was the
swords and pod.
Yeah,
the swords and pod. Yeah, for sure.
You had to go into pod to get 2 swords to get your boots. Like, you couldn't get the sword in Swan because no flippers, and you couldn't get your sword in Turtle Rock because, well, no sword. So that was the worst part, I think, of this one. So yeah, this was a rough one initially, and I tried to route in a way in which I could do Mini Modern Cave before CAC, but there were no bombs, there was no money other than $20 in Link's house, so I didn't feel like it was worth it, and that just made it feel even worse.
Yeah, Jesse actually did a different opening from you. He went straight to Uncle to get some bombs off of Uncle and grabbed the lamp early.
Yeah.
You guys had very different openings, but I think all told, you know, that's what won it for you, that your opening routing wound up being more efficient.
Okay. Yeah, it was a tough one. Like, you could get the bombs from Uncle and the bombs from the dam, but then you would only have 6 and, well, 5 for the Mini Waldorms, and there's no way that it's gonna go as well as it did for me if I only have 5 bombs.
Right. Yeah, so what
I'm gonna get 5 bomb spookies if I do that. So no, there's no way. It's too risky.
Yeah, what Jesse actually did was he got the 3 bombs from Uncle and then went over to Saha to get
By
6
the way,
bombs in the back of Saha.
GG's to Jesse, who did also pull off the triple silver shot there to finish off Ganon.
GG's.
And I did like the Final Fantasy VI boss music. And he will finish 102.09 after subtracting the 15 minutes of study time.
Yes, homemade beer. We will. Well, once Jesse gets in here, I'll pose that question to both because I am also curious.
And Jesse's in here. GG.
GG. What are we curious about?
Homemade beer in chat. Did you guys ever consider dipping TR for the hook shot?
Yeah, when you were first up the mountain.
I didn't.
Me either.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted that sword.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It would have saved extra mountain climb, but it's if you're not even thinking about it, then yeah, I can see how you would. There was a lot to think about with this seed, so I can see how that would slip through the cracks.
Yeah, that actually wasn't something that I thought about at all. So what? We go over there after we get boots and Samaria.
Yep. Yeah, and you get ether off the floating island, and you hop in because it's the first chest, so you just grab it and go.
Yeah.
The flip side, I guess, is you were able to do tempered vidi this way.
Yeah, that's
tempered vidi is important here because you don't have a bow,
right?
And you don't have a cape because you don't go into ice for a cape. So you can't do spins with Burna, and you have to have gotten Burna. So I think I stand by my decision to actually want that sword for Vidi.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
Yeah,
So-
what else? Jesse, I guess we
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to ask you yet. What did you think when you started looking through that spoiler log?
I was just like, okay, where's the way to do this? I'm thinking like, is the cape convenient? No. Okay, so we gotta touch pod early. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we gotta go do that too. Oh, okay. No better equipment? Sure. What about a boomerang? Maybe make, the middle skull a little better, or any of these things a little less crazy? And nope. No, just go and do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No hearts either, by the way, because there's none. They're all
Yep.
on stupid fetch quests, and
Yeah. The mummy statue in Skull, I got so angry.
we can see.
Yeah, good. That was intended. Like I get stuck mummy. It's the dream with this. I get stuck mummy, and then I somehow get just bumped into the hand. Come on, that was so good. Oh, I was so pissed at that.
It's okay, it's still a better time than Jesse had in there.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I had it, and then I was like, I really, really want to get the full magic. And the problem there was I had misplanned some stuff. I thought I really needed that full magic out of the bombable wall, because I thought I'm going to do Thieves Town first trip, and then I was looking at it, I was like, why am I thinking I'm doing a full Thieves trip here when I really just need to grab that flute and bail?
Okay, that makes sense,
And-
because we were curious why you didn't activate the flute, why you didn't go in there initially the first time through it. Like when you were walking through Vu, you kind of ignored Thieves Town and went straight for the Smith, and we thought maybe you were going to try to just clear Thieves Town there with the hammer.
And Burna.
And that was the thing, is that I think my original route was chest game, sick kit for Burna, hammer, go do Thieves,
Gotcha.
activate flute. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, why? And that's kind of been like the hardest thing. Like, I'm, I know this is the end of spoiler for me, but like, honestly, I'm not broken up about it, I guess, because I thought, this was more about learning this mode. And like, each race I've taken stuff away, and I feel like my routing's gotten a lot stronger with it. But, mistakes along the way like that, not thinking in the moment, you kind of beeline like, oh, I can get into Thieves, I can beat it. Not, why are you doing it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a hard mode. Like, it's super execution heavy. You don't get much, you don't have room for error at all, really. Because there's no, all the randomness is taken out except for Moth, apparently. Because there's Jesse, you got a pretty horrendous Moth pattern, and Humbug just got it like the nicest ones.
I really felt good. I was like, okay, those first two hits were great. Like, I got the poked ashes. I was like, this is going good. And the Moth's like, no. Let me show you how it's done. I'm just gonna stay up here where I'm safe.
But yeah,
I got some good conveyor patterns to make it so that I could actually hit him, which was friendly. But yeah, like you said, Gil, it's so execution heavy, and there's very little room for error. But when you actually make an error, at least for me, I get way more upset about it in sport than I do in a normal seed.
Because you don't have time to make it up. You make that mistake.
Right. That is an actual mistake that you cannot make up.
Yeah.
By skipping left side swamp or whatever. It's so much more punishing.
Yeah. My two wins kind of had that luck, in a sense, like bad luck for my opponents. My first game, Wally had a a Ganon fall, and then game 2, my second game, which was Shady, Shady did Pendant Ice. Like I had mistakes in both those races and kind of got a little bailed. Like, you know, it helped me learn a lot, but at the same time you feel, because like that stinks.
And I just want to thank Jesse for picking up the bug net. I was very excited about that.
I knew I was behind, so why not?
Gamma was happy.
Oh no.
Did you, Humbug, did you ever consider even picking that up for a safety? Because, I mean, you had the bottles, maybe just powder, grab a fairy, I don't know.
Where was it?
It was on the GT Torch.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I had 2 potions. I wasn't really that scared of dying in the climb. Unless I run headfirst into a locked door again. But that's only possible, I guess, in one room of the game. So honestly, that death in Chomps, what happened was I thought I was in Crystal Roller.
Oh, okay.
Because I could just I thought I know when I enter to the rock, I can run through Crystal Roller. I don't need to get the chest in there or whatever. But I just projected that into into Chomps and ran headfirst into the wall and landed on the Chomp. And there was like nothing I could do. I just died. Okay. Oops. Was basically my reaction. It was kind of funny because since I did it, well, since the reason I did it. But yeah, I wanted to touch on that slightly as well. But other than that, it went okay. But man, I can feel the difference of the slow ROM and fast ROM.
I still haven't played a fast ROM seed yet. I should probably do that at some point.
You should. If only to experience the difference. Because
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna have a choice at some point, so I might as well get.
Well, especially with how much you guys were using Burna this seed.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, Vidi was strange. I didn't know, like it felt off, the timing of the dashes. I think I missed one dash and just stood there for a while because I dashed too early and it didn't work because of the lag. But Helma as well. Helma is a huge difference. This time we had good patterns at least. But yeah, it's different. It's different for sure.
Yeah, that was. I haven't done a lot of fast ROM. I've done like one daily that had it, and I did ladder yesterday. So I've done like 2 or 3 seeds with fast ROM, and it's a little different. So still some getting used to. In some ways, I'm glad because I still haven't re-acclimated to like Trinex timing. He's still kind of a weird feel right now.
The Trinex is strange.
Yeah. Yesterday for ladder, I tried it and I was like, I was a little early, I think, because I missed the double spin still. And it's like, you do that on slow ROM, you're like automatic still. And I'm trying to slowly ease, especially with League starting. And still going to be on slow ROM, so.
Speaking of League, that starts next week, so if you like watching Rando, stay tuned, because there's about to be a whole lot more of it.
Woo!
And in fact, you'll be seeing quite a bit of Humbug and Relkin, because not only do they have to play each other for the next match in this tournament, but they'll be playing as partners in the kickoff match for League on Sunday.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Humbug, thoughts about the rest of your path here? I mean, you just have to, beat Relkin, then beat the winner of Gem and Telethar, then beat Gamachu, and then beat Andy twice, right?
Oh. Yeah, when you put it like that, it seems...
Free farm?
It seems... Well, I was going to say a Herculean task, but... yeah, that's the thing with the spoiler tourney, usually. Well, every time I've done it, it has been an absolute gauntlet. Like, I want to say this is the most competitive tournament of them all in Rando. because this is like a mode for the absolute most experienced and hardcore execution runners.
And you
And
also
it's so
can't
hard to beat them.
you can't hope that a top runner gets taken out early by getting randoed or anything, because you can't get randoed in this mode.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
So it's like if every time, like for next week against Relkin, I know I'm an underdog in that match, and I need to somehow outroute him, or I need him to make a mistake for me to win. I think I'm gonna do my very best to beat him, but I know it's gonna be super hard. It's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be really hard.
I mean, I think everyone's looking at their remaining matches in this tournament
Yeah.
and thinking it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be very hard. Yes.
Anyway, GG again to both of you. Hour-long spoiler race.
Twice in a row
Again,
for me.
again, please give our runners a follow. And shout-outs again to Relkin for tracking this. And hey, thanks Gilgamesh for doing this as well.
Yeah, thanks, Strauss. Yeah, we both just kind of like snuck up on everyone, I feel like, but I'm glad we managed to get a crew together to get this on the air.
Yeah. So keep your eyes peeled on the schedule, because of course Humbugh and Relkin will need to schedule, and Gem and Telethar have not yet scheduled unless I missed something. Maybe they did? I don't think they did. No, they didn't. So yeah, those matches will appear on the schedule once they've been decided.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Lots of other rando stuff happening too, right? Like Cash Boots in the final stages of that tournament too, which is being occasionally restreamed on SG. In fact, there's one happening right now on
yeah, I think they're
Speedgaming
down to the top 16.
3. Something like that.
Yeah, and we have Gem versus Rob J. Beasley on SG3. Gem being Gem and Rob being the runner-up of last year's Kaz Boots tournament, so that should be a good match.
And then leagues start next week.
Yeah, then we'll have a whole lot of ALTTPR on Speedgaming. So, yeah, give the Speedgaming channel, Speedgaming and Speedgaming 2 through 7 a follow so that you can be on top of everything going on there. But with that, I think we'll get you over to SG3 so you can catch the rest of that Boots race.